Alright, we're the Hebrew Israelites. We're back again to prophesy the downfall of this country, America, North America, known as Babylon the Great in the Bible and the Holy Scriptures. Alright, so a lot of you people so-called call yourselves believing in. There are 3 churches right here on this very strip, known as the Drag. Alright, so we know there's a lot of you people who would call yourselves Christians or so-called believe in the Bible. Alright? When in reality, you have no idea what this Bible is talking about in its entirety.
That's right.
Right? Because little do you know, while you walk around thinking that you're living in the home, the land of the brave and the home of the free, really this is the land of the oppressed. Alright? The home of the slave. This country was built on slavery. Alright? That's how this country became rich. Alright? And all you people are walking around right now on stolen ground, on bloody ground. And guess what? There's gonna be a payback for that. Go ahead. Yep. Oh, hey, all praises to the Most High, the Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of a great millstone, Salakia. Not starting off by saying that. And let's get it rolling.
This is Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom.
The eyes of the Lord God, the Lord power, are upon the sinful kingdom. What is the sinful kingdom? We're walking around on it right now. Alright, like I said, this country was built on blood. This country was made rich by the blood of slaves, by the blood of Indians, who you call Indians, which are the children of Israel. Alright? I seen a picture, what you would call a meme. Well, actually, you know what? It was, I believe it was Yatazak that sent it out. And it said, name that country that was built on the genocide of one race and the slavery of another. Guess what? That's America. All right? So you totally put the so-called blacks in slavery for 400 plus years. Made us go through being sold, seeing your family members being sold and never seeing them again. All right? Being thrown off shark-infested waters in the North Atlantic. All right? Made to pick cotton from can't see at morning to can't see at night. All right? Seeing your family, your loved ones tortured, raped, and molested in front of you. Then go back further to Gad and Reuben, all right? They were just totally eradicated. They had their sources of food. The buffalo damn near totally cut off. They were given smallpox and blankets. They were sieged. This coward who calls himself the so-called white man, an Edomite, will wait until the women. Wait until the men will go out and hunt and will come in and siege the women and the children because he's weak.
That's right.
So you got a lot to pay for. If you're walking around right now on the shore, on the land of America, and especially if you're doing that and you're an Edomite, you got a lot to pay for.
That's right.
And you are the nations.
Well, if I can add to that word Indian, I believe it means savage, right?
I believe so.
Now, like the brother's saying, all those things that he just named, that's the savage.
Yep.
That's the wild man of the earth.
That's what a savage would do.
That's the beast of the earth. The so-called white man should be called the Indian.
Yep. Yeah.
He's the true red man.
That's right. In fact, real quick before we jump back, get Revelation 6 verse 4. I believe it talks about the red horse. Because there's only one race. I seen another. I was watching some video on World Star. You know how people go crazy on the comments. But somebody said, they said, oh, these damn niggers, they're such an invasive species. Shit! Have you seen your track record? Tell me who's the real invasive species. Who's the real invasive people? All you do is invade. Go ahead, Al.
Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red. And power.
And a horse is symbolic. It's talking about an actual nation of people here. Go ahead.
And power was given to him, obviously because it's saying him.
Yep.
That sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
So that person who was sitting on that red horse was given power to take peace from the earth. Who's done that throughout history? Who? In fact, you go.
And that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
And there was given unto him a great sword. Now, if you go back, jump all the way back to Genesis, who was given the power of the sword to rule the earth, to take over the fatness of the earth? The so-called white man. That's who. All right, no matter where he goes, he takes peace from the earth. That's why Malachi 1 and 4 calls him the border of wickedness. He'll go to where people are at relative peace, and he'll totally disrupt their whole way of life. In fact, there's a book, there's a movie, a very famous movie that came out a while back, Avatar. All right? There's a book wrote about that. I believe it's a George Orwell book called The Island. You got people living amongst themselves at peace, and then here he comes, and he can't stand the fact that they're actually living in peace and in harmony with nature as it's supposed to. All right? Even though our people are going off, bringing it back to reality, even though our people over here, the North American Indians and the Seminole Indians were going off and worshiping other strange gods, at least they knew how to live on the land that they lived in. They know how to till the ground, harvest for the winter, all right, live off the land. And they actually did use the land Sabbath, which is in the Bible.
Disease wasn't rampant like that.
No, that's all right. Rivers were crystal clear back then.
That's what I was going to bring up in this book, in the American Holocaust. I mean, when the brother was talking about just how much of a savage Esau was, man, these people, because you have Reuben, who was down there in the so-called Seminole Indians, who were down there in Florida. I'm going to read this out of this book on page 24 of the American Holocaust. It says, since, as we all see in the later chapter, during those same 2 centuries, the native population of Florida was reduced by more than 95%, primarily by Spanish-introduced diseases, but also by Spanish violence.
Yeah, and guess who those Spanish were? You hear the word Spanish and you think, oh, well, those aren't white folks. Yes, they were. They just spoke a different language.
That's right.
All right.
Spaniard. That word comes from Hispaniola. Originally, Hispaniola is what like the brother said. That's Spain.
Yep.
That's Spain, Portugal, all that. That's Hispaniola right there.
And guess what started over there? Mainly when the so-called white man came back into power through the Renaissance, which that's in the scriptures too.
And that silly language, Spanish, that comes right over there from the so-called white man.
Yep. Hey, because that is what they call a romantic language. Guess what that goes back to? Latin. Right. Who spoke Latin back before the beast went down? Romans. All right? They spoke a combination of Greek and Roman. Right. So you can't get away from your track record if you're the so-called white. You, in just that part of this land, slaughtered the native population by 95%. How the hell do you expect that you're gonna get away with that?
That's right.
You got all these organizations that stand up for animals' rights and people's rights all over the globe, and this and that, and you're gonna fight Ebola in Africa, whatever the hell you're talking about. But lo and behold, you are the harbinger of death. All right?
That's right.
You're the bringer of death and violence. But you're going to be the one that wants to bring peace all over the planet Earth. All right? If you got a question, man up and ask it. Go ahead.
Con, this is, I'm going to start again in that verse. This is Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom.
Which is America. America is a very bloody country. And it must be paid back. Go ahead.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
And it will be destroyed. Go ahead.
Saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
So the country known as Babylon, that wicked kingdom, all right, America will be destroyed very soon. All right? Very soon, because it's just basically like, you got Las Vegas, they call it Sin City. The scriptures call it the sinful city. It's talking about the whole globe.
That's right.
Any and everything goes on around here at all hours. All right? This country runs off sin, pretty much. Anything that's going against, I hear you, bro. Anything that's made to go against these scriptures, this country pushes. All right? What you gonna say?
Nah, I mean, as we sit here and talk about the entire globe, like it says in Job 9 and 24, it makes you wonder, man, for you other crazy Israelites out there with your doctrine. How in the world are you going to flee from Babylon when those damn heathens came from the other side of the damn world?
Yep.
That's where all the chaos started before it came over here. The diseases, the rape, robbery, and murder.
Yeah, there ain't no flee in Babylon because the so-called white man was given the whole earth. Wherever he's at, there's going to be wickedness. So even if you flee Babylon, you're not going to escape wickedness, and you're not going to escape judgment.
That's right.
All right? Whether you get a judgment on the right hand or judgment on the left, you're not going to escape judgment. And if your mindset is to flee Babylon because you're afraid of what's coming, then you ain't in the right mindset.
Con.
Go ahead.
And then you're not even being circumspect, because now that chaos is going back to the other side of the world as we speak. You know, you got Obama sending more troops to Iraq when he wasn't supposed to. So now the war that they're supposed to be leaving Afghanistan, now they heading back into Iraq when they're supposed to leave out of Iraq. Y'all got all kinds of chaos going on right now. I was just telling the brothers while we're walking here, there's a damn storm that's a superstorm that's up there in Alaska that's going to drop the weather 20 to 30 degrees below the normal damn
Yeah, that's not natural for this time of year. I mean, it gets cool this time of year, but I mean it's chilly as hell tonight. And they're talking about at my job that it's gonna be like in the high to mid 30s next week.
That's
or
right.
In the next days. That ain't normal.
And what's up there in Alaska? That damn heart.
Yep.
And it's creating a big superstorm. So now, for all you people who wanted to clown us on being conspiracy theorists and all that stuff, Nate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hold back no names.
If I can add on to that, Yahushua was a conspiracy theorist.
That's
He
right.
was talking about the same kind of conspiracy we talking about now. As a matter of fact, he was saying to the disciples that all these things are going to happen in the future, and that's when you know that time is now. That's a conspiracy.
That's right, bro.
He's conspiring with those men to let them know what's going on in the future.
Yep.
So, if Yahushua is a conspiracy theorist, then you would think somebody that calling himself a Hebrew Israelite would definitely be a conspiracy.
Yeah, because you conspired. All right, it means you came under one accord and you had an idea.
That's right.
You all had the same idea.
That's right. Jeremiah was a conspiracy theorist.
Yep.
Isaiah, all the prophets of old, they were conspiracy theorists.
Yep.
They were standing in front of Babylon and in front of Assyria talking about things that are going to happen.
Going to happen.
That would you, Nate, and whoever would call conspiracies.
That's right.
And I got a perfect precept for that, right? This is Psalms chapter 148, verse 8. Fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy wind fulfilling his word.
Yeah.
So right now, as I sit here and talk about a superstorm that's gonna drop the weather below its normal temperature, 20 to 30 degrees, that's a conspiracy right there, is it not?
Yep.
As you want to call it, fulfilling the word of the Most High. So that goes to show you, man, that damn, you being a elder or whatever you are to your people that you preach to in IUIC, it's like you're obviously not prophesying to them. You're no different from a regular damn Christian.
Hey, and not to mention that they're talking about the possibility. I don't know how legit it is, but the elders mentioned it about how sometime in December the sun is supposed to be 90%, 95% blacked out for a certain amount of days. So I mean, think about the panic that would happen if something like that occurred, where it's dark for 6 straight days. Them same plagues hit ancient Egypt, where
right.
it was dark, and it was. They said it was a darkness that you could feel. It was pitch black. All right, and guess what? We're right back and get unless we finish Revelation. Is it 11:8?
Let me check.
Spiritually called child in Egypt.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
Because all it's coming full circle, and it's gonna be worse this time because under the so-called white man, we suffered the worse slavery than we did back then. Guess what? Because we don't know our nationality. I mean, we've come back to find out our nationality. All the brothers who've woken up to this knowledge, but us as a people don't know who we are. Back in all the other captivities in the ancient world, the Israelites knew who they were, all right? And they were able to keep their customs. Even if they weren't necessarily in Jerusalem, they could keep their customs. But in this captivity, you go around saying that you're a Hebrew Israelite, it's a joke. Or you just don't know. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies...
Their dead bodies, what is it talking about? Is it talking about literal dead bodies? No. Who's the there is talking about? It's talking about these people, the children of Israel. All right? Judah all the way down to Issachar, Benjamin, Gad, Naphtali, Manasseh, all in between. All right? What does it mean they're dead? That means they're spiritually dead. They don't know who they are as a people. They don't know if their head from a hole in the ground. Most of them.
And even on top of that, they don't even want to know.
Yeah,
they could care less about anything other than Lil Wayne.
That's right.
Anything other than Birdman, and his Khalifa concert.
I mean, have you heard the music lately? You actually sat down. I went on World Star Hip Hop on my phone, and there was like I clicked on the first 5 music videos I saw. Just let me see what all these sound like. They all sound the exact same, and they're all whack as shit.
That's right. Them same niggas with pink hair, with all kind of crazy madness going on. Now they telling you to go vote. You had no intention on voting. You didn't even know where the voting booth was. But because Wiz Khalifa said it with pink hair, now you standing in front of the local church with an absentee ballot in your hand. Don't know what's going on.
Yeah, knowing your damn. Don't know that your vote don't count.
And if I could say this, man, the music is just fucking terrible, man, because all it is people just chanting about 5 words through the whole damn song.
Somebody said that to me.
They're not even singing. They're not even singing the songs. They're not even singing lyrics, any type of telling the story in the song anymore. It's just a chant now.
They're made to put a vibe.
It's programming, like your brother said. They're putting a vibe in the air.
Yep.
They're not trying to tell you anything. It's just like watching a movie. The camera, whatever is on that camera, that director meant for you to see that. So everything that you see has a meaning toward the big picture.
Yep.
So just like the brothers discovered, man, these niggas only saying 5 words. That's
really
because those 5 words have a spiritual meaning to it, and they're trying to put that in the atmosphere.
Like that song you're joking about it. I don't fuck with you. I forget who it is.
Big Sean.
Big Sean. I don't fuck with you. This lifestyles by this nigga Young Thug. Don't ask me how I know all this shit. But if you listen to the shit, you see they really ain't saying shit. It's putting a vibe out there. And if you notice. I know we're going off on the thing about music. Notice when you listen to the actual beat production, it all has that demonic, deep-ass bass in the background. And the same beat pattern.
Yep.
So when you got people, a whole bunch of, especially niggas gathered up in the club, and they hear that, and then they start moving around, they get put in a trance, and then when that one Tear the Club Up song comes on, niggas is ready to start swinging.
That's right. And if I could add something to that, I was doing some reading on like the origin of clubs and the origin of nightclubs and things like that. And I was reading an article about this guy. His name was like Franz Mesmer. His last name is where you get the name Mesmerized. And what he did, they call him Salon. I think this was in maybe the 1400s in like France or something like that. It may be German. You
said his last name.
You're probably right. But what he was doing, they called him Salons. And he would bring people in there, turn the lights down low, or have like a flickering light, and it would just be like chants and things like that. And that's the origin of the nightclub, because you would be in there, and that's where that term mesmerized came from. Because you come into that salon, you sit in the lounge chairs, and it may have been music playing along with them lights, and you would just be in, like you said, like a trance.
Yeah.
And it would be like, this is cool. You would be enjoying yourself. It's the same concept as a club right now. A nightclub, a bar, it's the same concept.
That's why when we go, have you read here just a second, but we go out somewhere, we hear that whack ass music, we're like, what the fuck? are we listening to?
That's right.
But when
That's
you
right.
look at the 2/3 of just the other people, they're actually vibing with it.
That's
I mean,
right.
you got niggas who will actually download or go out, God forbid, go out and buy a Young Thug CD.
God,
Niggas are still buying CDs.
And-
It's almost home, bro. It's almost
Salaki, what's that?
2015, and niggas are still buying CDs.
We was in Best Buy the other day.
sorry.
We was in Best Buy, it might have been yesterday. And we was walking through there, I think we bought like a phone case or something. And it was like 3-4 rows of